Welcome, stakeholders, to this high-level strategic report. Today, we're diving into the leadership and impact of a true pioneer in STEM education, Dr. David White. We're going to break down the methodology, the data, and the tangible, real-world outcomes of his tenure.
If you want to understand the core of Dr. White's work, it really all comes down to this defining mission, which was perfectly captured in his recent Letman Rowe Humanitarian Award transcript, advocating for inclusivity in STEM education in a moral and ethical manner. You see, this isn't just about teaching science or math. It's a fundamental drive to maximize human potential. So let's explore exactly how he translates that mandate into highly successful, scalable educational systems.
Here is the strategic arc we'll be covering today. 1. Academic leadership and methodology. 2. The FAMU Innovation Fab Lab. 3. Building the K-12 pipeline. 4. Strategic and operational success. And 5. Humanitarian impact and recognition.
Let's jump right into our first pillar, academic leadership and methodology, looking closely at his foundational frameworks. The absolute bedrock of his impact as an academic researcher is a methodology he developed called CSET, that stands for Comprehensive STEM Education and Teaming. Based on his peer-reviewed research in the Straight Journal, CSET does something absolutely crucial. It completely shatters educational silos. Instead of teaching math and science in a vacuum, it unifies them in hands-on, project-based settings to solve real-world problems. By connecting ideas across disciplines, it empowers students with the practical confidence and teamwork skills they need to actually succeed. Now, the teaming aspect is where it gets really fascinating. Using his CIS/teaming experiential learning model, Dr. White borrows directly from advanced corporate frameworks. Think Lean Six Sigma and Agile. Under this framework, students move through very specific stages: forming, storming, norming, performing, and process observation. He's literally teaching middle and high schoolers the kind of high-level workforce collaboration and leadership you'd expect in a modern corporate STEM environment. It's a real game changer. Which brings us to Pillar 2, the FAMU Innovation Fab Lab, and how he operationalizes this vision. This entire vision truly comes to life at the FAMU Chevron Stream Squared Innovation Fab Lab. Notice that acronym, Stream Squared. That stands for Science, Technology, Reading, Research, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. Housed right in the College of Education, the lab serves as a high-impact, interdisciplinary hub. Under Dr. White's direction, it seamlessly integrates teaching, research, and, crucially, workforce development. Moving right along to Section 3. Building the K-12 pipeline and expanding access. So how does this actually translate to real career pathways? Well, it happens through recurring hands-on initiatives. Take the Summer Entrepreneur Stream Squared Camp for Girls, for example. It heavily utilizes design thinking and advanced manufacturing, like laser engraving and 3D printing, to really build student confidence. Or look at the AEIC, the Aerospace Education Impact Program. They recently gave middle schoolers actual aerospace engineering experience, capping the whole shebang off with a trip to the Kennedy Space Center. And it is all built on that CIS/teaming framework to ensure collaborative real-world learning. Now, let's dive into the executive summary metrics in Section 4, strategic and operational success, focusing on the 2023 to 2026 impact period requested by President Marva B. Johnson. The scale of this pipeline is honestly massive. We are talking about over 1,500 K-12 students engaged. But the impact definitely doesn't stop with the students. The lab has actively affected over 40 K-12 teachers and maintained more than 15 sustained community partnerships with organizations like the Boys and Girls Club of the Big Bend and Gadsden County Schools. This isn't just a series of one-off events. It's a dedicated, multi-year engagement strategy. And importantly, the model is financially robust. The lab secured $50,000 in corporate donations from partners like Chevron and the Fab Foundation. But beyond those external investments, the lab actually generated over $9,500 in internal and external fabrication sales in just a single year. To put that into perspective, it proves the lab is an incredibly efficient, self-sustaining engine for innovation that aligns perfectly with broader institutional goals. Finally, Section 5, Humanitarian Impact and Recognition, highlighting a true legacy of inclusion. As a culmination of these continuous academic and operational efforts, Dr. White was named the recipient of the prestigious Letman Rowe Humanitarian Award. It is a well-deserved recognition of a tireless mission that dates back to when he first joined Florida A&M University in 2008. For years, he's been bringing advanced technology and engineering concepts to underrepresented and multicultural communities through summer camps, robotics competitions, and vital community projects. The award transcript really hits the nail on the head regarding his legacy. It states that he, quote, promotes humanistic values, upholds human dignity, and works to maximize the potential of others. He truly embodies the ethical advocacy and pride of historically Black colleges and universities by making sure access to STEM is expanded in a deeply meaningful way. The data from the FAMU Chevron Innovation Fab Lab absolutely proves that inclusive, research-backed models like CSET work. But it leaves all of us, university stakeholders and corporate sponsors alike, with a critical question for the future. As technology advances faster than ever, how will you support and scale these inclusive Stream Squared initiatives to maximize future impact? It's an investment in the next generation's potential that we simply can't afford to miss. Thank you for joining us for this Strategic Impact Report.